You had better keep going, friend. We've come too far to turn around. You got to keep moving. One foot in front of the other. Tired is an understatement. The world wouldn't think David should have been tired. He was exhausted. Hadn't even fought Saul, never raised a sword to Saul, but exhausted. Nobody would think he was worthy to be exhausted. But nobody will want to be him either. They will want the glory. At the end, they will want the glory. They will want to relive it, reimagine it. But the reality of it, they wouldn't want no parts of it. Because what it took was beyond physical strength. Had nothing to do with physical strength. It had to do with self-control. 1,000%. It had to do with an inner resolve that connected him to real power without ever seeing it, without ever touching it, without it ever presenting itself before him in the form of a burning bush or in the form of any type of visualization. He would never have that. He would have crystals in the form of the ephod. That's all he would have. An alignment. That's it. God will give David the least. He would bear the weight of all the mistakes that had come before him. One person bearing the weight of the mistakes of those that came before him. The two kings that failed. Nimrod and Saul. Nimrod was somewhat of a king. He was. And Saul was king. And that's the story. He would get given the least. God would allow every opportunity to present itself in David's life for him to show aspects of himself. Opportunities in David's life came upon him as conflict, frustrations, easy ways out of hard situations. It would have been nothing for the man to encroach upon Saul. He did it several times. Showed him, look, I'm showing you mercy. Look how close I am to you. You know how I do it. I easily could do this, that, and the other. He does these things. The same way people will say today, well, why are you preaching to the choir? These people have no character. Why are you speaking to them? These people have no moral code. Why are you showing them this, that, and the other? It's the same thing with David when he comes upon Saul. And he says, look, I did this to you. I took a piece of your clothing. Look how close I got. I got your water bottle. Friend. And you know his men were saying, why are you showing him so much grace? Why are you doing it this way? And David is saying to him, because I'm bound to it. The same way Samuel was. Saul could not make David a martyr. Why? Because David was covered by the power of God. David knew his saving grace was the power of God. Throughout the plethora of options that David could have pulled from in his walk, the abundance that sat before him at the buffet table of decisions as it related to how he would interact with Saul. He never allowed himself to fall out of alignment, because sure, he could have a temporary win in fulfilling his ego and doing as the people will want him to do and fulfill his ego, but it will cost him his alignment to God. Friend. Same way for many of you. That's too expensive. Saul is cheap. Saul come a dime a dozen, friend. I'm not about to spend so much on so little. He's not worth it. So if I have to discipline myself enough to just keep going with this, because I don't have a choice. David didn't have a choice. Where was he going to go? He tried to go to the Philistines. They rejected him. His reputation was too strong. He loved his house too much. Nobody would ever believe that he would betray it. His reputation preceded him in that way. And it will continue to precede itself throughout his